Okay, we're live. Bismillah.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام الأتمان الأكملان على محمد رسول الله سيد الأولين والآخرين وإمام الأنبياء والمرسلين والشافع المشفع يوم الدين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن استنى بسنته واهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، حياكم الله أيها الإخوة والأخوات إلى هذا اللقاء المتجدد من لقاءات رمضان، ونحن الليلة مع موضوع هام ألا وهو رمضان والقرآن. نعم.
Indeed, all praises are due to Allah, and may He shower and send peace and salutations upon our Prophet Muhammad, the leader of the first and the last, the one who gives the intercessor to those who seek the intercession, the best of creation, and upon his family and companions and his pure wives and those who follow them until the day of resurrection. I welcome you, brothers and sisters, O listeners, to another meeting from the meetings of the Islam for Deaf lectures. And in tonight's lecture, we'll explore a very important topic, and that's the topic of Ramadan and the Qur'an.
والحديث عن رمضان حديث عن القرآن، لأن القرآن إنما أنزل في رمضان، بل قد جاء عن كثير من السلف أن جميع الكتب السماوية أنزلت في رمضان، ولذلك جعل الله رمضان شهرا معظما، وهو الشهر الوحيد الذي يجتمع فيه صلحاء السماوات مع صلحاء الأرض في ليلة هي خير ليلة من ليالي الدهر، وهي ليلة القدر. نعم.
And in actual fact, when we talk about Ramadan, or a topic, when we talk about and explore Ramadan, it's the same as if we talk about and we explore the topic of the Quran. And that's because the Quran was revealed in Ramadan. And rather, it's been reported on some of the early Muslims that indeed all of the revealed books and all of the divine books were revealed during Ramadan. And for this reason, the month is so great. And within the month, it contains a night in which the people who are rectified, the people who are good and upright, or those who are good and upright from the inhabitants of the heavens, they mix with those who are good and upright from the inhabitants of the earth in a night which is great, and a night which is known as the night of power.
فهذا القرآن أنزل جملة كاملا من اللوح المحفوظ إلى البيت المعمور في السماء الدنيا في شهر رمضان.
So this Quran, it was revealed in one fell swoop, or all at one time, from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, from the preserved tablet. And this is with Allah. It was revealed from this preserved tablet unto the Bayt al-Ma'mur. And the Bayt al-Ma'mur is in the worldly life. It's here. It was revealed all at once from the preserved tablet to the dunya, and this was during Ramadan.
أصحح لنفسي، أقول أنزل من اللوح المحفوظ إلى بيت العزة في السماء الدنيا، مكان يقال له بيت العزة في السماء الدنيا. وبهذا ورد الأثر عن ابن عباس وغيره قال رضي الله تعالى عنهما: أنزل القرآن من اللوح المحفوظ جملة واحدة إلى الكتبة في سماء الدنيا في بيت العزة، ثم نزل به جبريل عليه السلام نجوما، أي مفرقا حسب الأحداث، يعني الآية والآيتين في أوقات مختلفة في 21 سنة. نعم.
And actually, I just rectify what I've just said. And the Quran was revealed from the preserved tablet to the Bayt al-Izzah, the house of might. And this was as reported by Abdullah ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, who said that this was the case. And then he explained that thereafter the Quran, it was revealed it was revealed all at once, from as we've described, and then thereafter it was revealed to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, over a period and duration of 21 years, and its revelation was revealed as it was needed. So that sometimes it was revealed due to an incident, and that sometimes it was just revealed just like that. شيخنا حفظكم الله، ممكن كلمة توضيح حول البيت العزيز حفظكم الله؟
بيت العزة؟
اي نعم اي هذا هو بيت العزة. ممكن.
ايوه، هو مكان في السماء الدنيا، السماء التي تلي الارض التي فوقنا، يقال له بيت العزة، وهو المكان الذي يكون فيه الكتبة من الملائكة.
جزاكم الله خير وبارك فيكم. So to clarify, the Quran, it was revealed to the Bayt al-Izzah, the house of might, and this is a place which is above in the sky, and it's a place where the angels who write, it's where they dwell.
وكما تقدم بأن الكتب السماوية أنزلت في هذا الشهر، وقد جاء عن واثلة بن الأسقع رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال: أنزلت صحف إبراهيم أول ليلة من شهر رمضان، والتوراة ل6 مضين منه، والإنجيل ل13، والقرآن ل24.
And it's been reported by the companion of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Wathila ibn Asqa. It's been reported by him that the scripture of Abraham was revealed on the first night of Ramadan, and then the Torah was revealed on the 6th night of Ramadan. The Gospel was revealed on the 13th night of Ramadan, and then the Quran was revealed on the 24th night of Ramadan.
والقرآن مصدر من قرأ يقرأ قراءة وقرآنا. وفي صحيح مسلم عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما أن في البحر شياطين مسجونة أوثقها سليمان عليه السلام، يوشك أن تخرج فتقرأ على الناس قرآنا أي قراءة. وفي التنزيل: وقرآن الفجر إن قرآن الفجر كان مشهودا، أي قراءة الفجر في الصلاة. ويسمى المقروء قرآنا على عادة العرب في تسميتها المفعول باسم المصدر، كتسميتهم للمعلوم علما، وللمضروب ضربا، وللمشروب شربا، وهكذا.
And linguistically, Quran, or the word al-Quran, it comes from the Arabic verb to read or to recite, qara'a. So these are the 3 letters, the qaf, the ra, the alif. Qara'a yaqra'u Qur'anan. And it's the 3rd form. It's the 3rd form, which is the, I suppose they call it, it's the root form of the, it's the root form of the verb. And it's been reported, it's used linguistically in the Quran or in the Hadith, and the Sheikh gave a couple of examples. The first, the narration collected by Imam Muslim on the authority of Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them both, who said that indeed upon the ocean there are devils, and these devils, they go out and they seek people to recite over them or to read upon them. And here this verb قرأ يقرأ is used, this same verb, which is in conformity with Quran. But obviously the devils, they recite their whisperings. And also in the Quran it says, indeed the Quran of Fajr is witnessed, i.e. it's witnessed by the angels. But the meaning here is not literally the Quran, it means the reading of Fajr, i.e. the reading that takes place in the Fajr prayer. And it's a regular form, and the Sheikh gave some examples of its regularity with the verb to know and also the verb to drink. But it's very difficult to translate, but it's a regular form is what the Sheikh was showing.
نعم. والقرآن هو كلام الله ليس بمخلوق، منه بدأ وإليه يعود. هذه عقيدة أهل السنة والجماعة. نعم.
And the Quran is the speech of Allah. It's not created. From him it emanated, or from him it came, and unto him it will return. This is the belief of the people of the Sunnah, and the people of the example of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and those who unite upon that belief.
والقرآن لا يؤول ويفسر إلا بما فسره به النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أو فسره به أصحابه رضوان الله تعالى عليه.
And the Quran, it's not explained except that through that which the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, explained it, or that which his companions explained it.
والقرآن أنزل في ليلة محددة كما تقدم كاملا إلى السماء الدنيا. هذه الليلة جعلها الله ليلة التقدير للعام المقبل كاملا، ففيها يقدر الله أقدار الناس، يقدر من يموت ومن يولد ومن يغتني ومن يفتقر ومن يولد له وهكذا.
So this Quran, as we have said, it was revealed all at once in one stage from the heavens to the earth on this night, the night of power. And also during this night, the pre-decree of the upcoming year is written and is determined. So those who live, those who die, those who give birth, etc., the sustenance of the people, all of these things are written during this great night.
وهذه الليلة مباركة كما سماها الله عز وجل في سورة الدخان، حيث قال في مطلعها حاميم والكتاب المبين إنا أنزلناه، أي الكتاب المبين الذي هو القرآن، إنا أنزلناه في ليلة مباركة إنا كنا منذرين فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم أمرا من عندنا إنا كنا مرسلين.
And this night is a blessed night, and it's been named and called a blessed night by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he mentions in Surah Al-Dukhan, the chapter of the smoke, he mentions Hamim, so these letters cannot be translated, none know the meaning of these except for Allah. By the plain manifest book, indeed we have revealed it, i.e. the Quran, in a blessed night, and indeed we are warners as relates to it. And during this night, every matter of importance is explained, or detail is given to it.
وقوله عز وجل في ليلة مباركة أي كثيرة البركة، لأن الله عز وجل أنزل القرآن فيها، وتتنزل الملائكة من كل عام في نفس الليلة، التي أنزل فيها القرآن من السماء من اللوح المحفوظ إلى السماء الدنيا.
And Allah the Most High, He named it as a blessed night. And when He says it's a blessed night, what it means is that there contains in it much goodness and much benefit, and within this night, He sends the angels down who multiply the goodness of it.
وهذه الليلة وصفها الله عز وجل بأنها هي التي يفرق فيها كل أمر حكيم، وهذا يعني تقدير الأقدار، كما قال الله عز وجل في سورة القدر: إنا أنزلناه أي القرآن في ليلة القدر. نعم.
And Allah mentions in the 4th verse of the chapter of the smoke, there in that night, every matter of ordainment is ordained or decreed during that night. And we've mentioned as well that Allah mentions in the chapter of the night of power, indeed we revealed it, the Qur'an, in the night of power.
ولذلك ينبغي للمسلم أن يجتهد بهذه العشر لعله يصادف ليلة القدر فيكون من السعداء.
So for this reason, it's upon the Muslim to endeavor to worship or give a portion of their worship on this night of power so that they can reap the rewards.
وهذه الليلة ليست معلومة بعينها أي ليلة هي، ولكن أرجى ما تكون في أوتار العشر الأواخر.
However, this night of power, its actual night itself is not known. But the most likely night that it will occur is on one of the odd nights of the last 10 nights of Ramadan.
والمسلم يعتني بهذا القرآن طيلة عمره، وأعظم الاعتناء هو أن يفهمه ويتدبره ويعرف ما فيه من أحكام وأوامر ونواهي، فيأتي بالأوامر وينتهي عن النواهي والزواجر.
And this Quran, the Muslim should pay due attention to this Quran. And in actual fact, they should give due attention and importance to this Quran throughout their whole lives. And they should do this by striving to understand what it means, by reading its explanation, by contemplating over it carefully, by learning the rulings that are contained therein, and then acting in accordance to them, whereby they do the things that the Quran orders and they refrain and abstain from those things that it prohibits.
ومن العناية بالقرآن ما ورد عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يأتيه جبريل في كل ليلة من ليالي رمضان فيجلسان فيتدارسان القرآن كل ليلة طيلة شهر رمضان. وهكذا ينبغي للمسلم أن يمضي ليالي رمضان في تلاوة القرآن من غير هد ولا إسراع، وإنما بحضور قلب وتدبر فيما فيه من آيات وأحكام وأخبار. نعم.
And we gain an understanding of this through that which was narrated on the authority of Abdullah ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them both, where he said that indeed the angel Gabriel used to come every night in Ramadan and used to teach the Quran to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, or they used to study it every night of the Quran. And this was for the whole of Ramadan. And this is how the situation of the Muslim should be, that they should recite the Quran every day in Ramadan. They should recite the Quran, but they shouldn't do so in a very, very quick manner. Nor should they, they should recite moderately. But while they recite, it's important that they have an attentive heart, a heart that's listening, and they should think and contemplate their recitation very carefully. And they should think and ponder over the verses, the evidences that are contained in there, the rulings that are contained within there, and the stories and the news that's contained in there, the news of the previous nations.
وهذا القرآن كما أخبر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث الذي رواه الطبراني بإسناد جيد وصححه الألباني، قال صلى الله عليه وسلم: إن هذا القرآن سبب طرفه بيد الله وطرفه بأيديكم فتمسكوا به فإنكم لن تضلوا ولن تهلكوا بعده أبدا.
And also, it's been reported by Imam al-Tabarani, and it's been declared as authentic by Sheikh al-Albani, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, indeed, this Quran, there is a portion of it. There is a portion of it in Allah's hand, and there's a portion of it that's in your hands. So take to it and never leave it, for indeed whosoever takes upon it, they will never go astray.
وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم كما في حديث زيد بن أرقم عند مسلم: ألا وإني تارك فيكم ثقلين أحدهما كتاب الله عز وجل هو حبل الله ومن اتبعه كان على الهدى ومن تركه كان على ضلاله. ومعنى تركه أي عدم العمل بما فيه.
And it's also been reported from the hadith, the narration of Zayd ibn Arqam, and it was collected by Imam Muslim, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, indeed I've left among you two things, the book of Allah, which is his rope, his tightly binding rope. Whosoever follows it will be guided, and whosoever leaves it will be astray. And the meaning of whosoever leaves it, i.e. whosoever doesn't act upon it and abandons it.
لذلك ينبغي على المسلم أن يحرص على تلاوة القرآن وتعلم تلاوته ومخارج حروفه وتجويده وتدبر معانيه. قال الله تعالى في سورة فاطر الآية 29 والآية 30: إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية يرجون تجارة لن تبور ليوفيهم أجورهم ويزيدهم من فضله إنه غفور شكور.
شيخنا هذا كان من سورة الفاطر.
من سورة فاطر آية 29 و30.
Jazakumullah khair. So for this reason, the Muslim, they should endeavor and take care over the Quran. They should take care over it in as relates to what we have mentioned, and also as relates to its recitation. So they should look to its recitation and try and recite it properly, whereby they give every letter its right, and they try to pronounce it properly. They should try and pronounce it properly, and they should try to think and contemplate over the meanings of the Quran, so that they are not just reciting it, but they are reflecting over it and pondering its meanings. And then the Sheikh he mentioned some verses from Surah Al-Fatir, the verses, that which means, verily those who recite the book of Allah, this Qur'an, and perform the prayer and spend in charity out of what we have provided for them, secretly and openly, they hope for a sure trade and a gain that will never perish. And then he says that that Allah may pay them their dues in full and give them even more out of his grace. Verily he is oft forgiving, most ready to appreciate good deeds and to recompense.
وقد قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مرغبا المسلمين في قراءة القرآن، قال كما في حديث ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه المخرج عند الترمذي بسند حسن، قال صلى الله عليه وسلم من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها، لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف.
شيخنا الحديث الأول رخم المسلمين بقراءة القرآن هكذا؟
ما هذا؟
الحديث الأول شيخنا رخم المسلمين بقراءة القرآن.
لا ليس حديث، أقول كان يرغب المسلمين. هذا من كلامي، أقول كان يرغب المسلمين في قراءة القرآن.
حفظكم الله شيخنا. نعم مفهوم الآن. And the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he used to encourage the Muslims to recite the Quran, as has been mentioned in the narration collected by Imam al-Tirmidhi, where the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whosoever recites a single letter from the Quran, they will have a reward, and a reward is multiplied by 10. And I do not say that alif lam mim is a letter, rather alif, the first part is a letter, the lam, the second part is a letter, and the mim, the third part is a letter.
وقال أيضا صلى الله عليه وسلم مرغبا في ذلك كما في حديث أبي هريرة عند مسلم، يحب أحدكم إذا رجع إلى أهله أن يجد فيه 3 خلفات عظام سمان، أي 3 ناقات عظام ضخمة سمان سمينة. قال قلنا نعم. قال ف3 آيات يقرأ بهن أحدكم في صلاة خير له من 3 خلفات عظام سمان.
SubhanAllah. And the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, also gave encouragement to recite the Quran, as in the narration of Abu Hurairah collected by Imam Muslim, where he asked the companions, would one of you love that when they returned home, that they were to find 3 big camels, heavily boned and with lots of fat, meaning that they were quite precious, they were very precious. Would one of you love to return home and find 3 of these? Well, verily, 3 verses of the Quran that you recite are better for you than 3 of these valuable camels.
وأيضا قال صلى الله عليه وسلم مرغبا للمسلمين في قراءة القرآن، قال صلى الله عليه وسلم في حديث النواس بن سمعان في صحيح مسلم، لحظة تدخل، قال كما في حديث النواس بن سمعان في صحيح مسلم، يؤتى يوم القيامة بالقرآن وأهله الذين كانوا يعملون به في الدنيا. لاحظوا يا إخوة، الذين كانوا يعملون به في الدنيا، لا الذين يقرؤونه ولا يعملون به، لأن الذين يقرؤون ولا يعملون به سيأتي معنا من هم هؤلاء. قال تقدمه سورة البقرة وآل عمران تحاجان عن صاحبهما.
And it's been reported by Imam Muslim on the authority of An-Nawas ibn Sam'an, who said that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that indeed the Quran, it will be brought on the day of resurrection, and those who used to act in accordance to it in the life of the world. And note that this refers to those who used to act upon it, not simply those who used to recite it. They will be put forward and advanced by the Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter, the chapter of the cow, and the third chapter, the chapter of the family of Imran. They'll be advanced by these chapters.
وفي حديث أبي موسى الأشعري رضي الله تعالى عنه المتفق على صحته أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الأترجة، والأترجة ثمرة حلوة الطعم طيبة الريح. قال: مثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب، ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو، ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الريحانة طعمها مر وريحها طيب، ومثل المنافق الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل الحنظلة طعمها مر ولا ريح لها.
And it's been reported on the authority of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari in a narration that is agreed upon, where the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he said, the like and the similitude of the believer who recites the Qur'an is like a citrus fruit. Their smell is good and their taste is also good. And the like of the believer who does not recite the Qur'an is like the date, as in the thing that you eat. It's like the date. It doesn't have a smell, however, it is sweet. And then the like of the hypocrite who recites the Qur'an, and then he likened them to another type of fruit that its taste is bitter, but its smell is sweet. And then he said, the like of the hypocrite who doesn't recite the Qur'an is like such and such a fruit whose taste is bitter and smell is off-putting as well.
وما دمنا نتحدث عن القرآن وفضل القرآن وقراءته وتدبره، فيجدر بنا ويحسن بنا أن نتوقف الآن لنستمع إلى قراءة أخينا وشيخنا فاضل زكريا بحكري فيما سيتلو علينا من آيات سورة يوسف. وإلى هنا ننتهي بلقائنا هذا. نسأل الله أن يجعلنا من أهل القرآن وأن يلهمنا قراءة القرآن ويرزقنا تدبره وفهمه والعمل به، والله أعلم، وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.
السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله يجزاك خير شيخنا، الله يحفظك.
So just to quickly return to the narration, so the hypocrite who recites the Qur'an is like basil, whose fragrance is sweet but the taste is bitter. And the hypocrite who does not recite the Qur'an is like, the translation says, and I don't know if you know this, Tom, I've never heard of this, but a colocynth, colocynth. So maybe that's one to Google, which has no fragrance and its taste is bitter. So then our Sheikh said that I ask Allah the Most High to give us the success that we recite the Qur'an. Yes. Oh, it's like what? It's wild gourd. That fruit, like wild gourd or bitter cucumber. Yes. So our Sheikh then made supplication for us that I ask Allah the Most High to allow us to benefit from the Qur'an, from its recitation, and to ponder over its meanings. And I ask him to accept from us our recitation. And now we will listen to Sheikh Zakaria, who will recite the Qur'an, and he will be reciting from the chapter of Joseph where we left off yesterday. فليتفضلوا مشكورا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وقال الملك إني أرى 7 بقرات سمان يأكلهن 7 عجاف و7 سنبلات خضر وأخر يابسات يا أيها الملأ أفتوني في رؤياي إن كنتم للرؤيا تعبرون.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed. And the king of Egypt said, Verily, I saw in a dream 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones were devouring, and 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry. O notables, explain to me my dream, if it is that you can interpret dreams.
قالوا أضغاث أحلام وما نحن بتأويل الأحلام بعالمين.
They said, mixed up false dreams, and we are not skilled in the interpretation of dreams.
وقال الذي نجا منهما وادكر بعد أمة أنا أنبئكم بتأويله فأرسلون.
Then the man who was released for a time remembered, and he said, I will tell you its interpretation, so send me forth.
يوسف أيها الصديق أفتنا في 7 بقرات سمان يأكلهن 7 عجاف و7 سنبلات خضر وأخر يابسات لعلي أرجع إلى الناس لعلهم يعلمون.
He said, O Joseph, the man of truth, explain to us the dream of 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones were devouring, and of 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry, that I may return to the people, and that they may know.
قال تزرعون 7 سنين دأبا فما حصدتم فذروه في سنبله إلا قليلا مما تأكلون.
Joseph said, for 7 consecutive years you shall sow as usual, and that the harvest which you reap you shall leave in the ears. You shall leave it in the ears, i.e. you should store some of it, all except a little of it which you may eat.
ثم يأتي من بعد ذلك 7 شداد يأكلن ما قدمتم لهن إلا قليلا مما تحصنون.
Then will come after that 7 hard years, which will devour what you had stored up in advance for them, all except a little of it that you have guarded and stored.
ثم يأتي من بعد ذلك عام فيه يغاث الناس وفيه يعصرون.
Then thereafter will come a year in which people will have abundant rain, and in which they will press wine and oil.
وقال الملك ائتوني به فلما جاءه الرسول قال ارجع إلى ربك فاسأله ما بال النسوة اللاتي قطعن أيديهن إن ربي بكيدهن عليم.
And the king said, "Bring him to me." But when the messenger came to him, Joseph said, "Return to your lord and ask him, what happened to the women who cut their hands? Surely my Lord Allah is all-knower of their plot."
قال ما خطبكن إذ راوتن يوسف عن نفسه قلنا حاش لله ما علمنا عليه من سوء. قالت امرأة العزيز الآن حصحص الحق أنا راودته عن نفسه وإنه لمن الصادقين.
The king said to the women, "What was your affair when you did seek to seduce Joseph?" The women said, "Allah forbid. No evil know we against him." The wife of Al-Aziz, the Aziz, said, "Now the truth is manifest to all. It was I who sought to seduce him, and he is surely of the truthful."
ذلك ليعلم أني لم أخنه بالغيب وأن الله لا يهدي كيد الخائنين.
Then Joseph said, "I asked for this inquiry in order that Al-Aziz, the Aziz, may know that I have not betrayed him in his absence, and verily Allah guides not the plot of the betrayers."
وما أبرئ نفسي إن النفس لأمارة بالسوء إلا ما رحم ربي إن ربي غفور رحيم.
And I do not free myself from blame. Verily, the human self is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestows his mercy upon whom he wills. Verily, my Lord is oft forgiving, most merciful.
وقال الملك ائتوني به أستخلصه لنفسي فلما كلمه قال إنك اليوم لدينا مكين أمين.
And the king said, "Bring him to me, that I may attach him to my person." Then when he spoke to him, he said, "Verily this day you are with us high in rank and fully trusted."
قال اجعلني على خزائن الأرض إني حفيظ عليم.
Joseph said, "Set me over the storehouses of the land. I will indeed guard them with full knowledge."
وكذلك مكنا ليوسف في الأرض يتبوأ منها حيث يشاء نصيب برحمتنا من نشاء ولا نضيع أجر المحسنين.
Thus did we give full authority to Joseph in the land, to take possession therein when or where he likes. We bestow our mercy upon whom we will, and we do not lose the reward of the do-gooders.
ولأجر الآخرة خير للذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون.
And verily the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and used to fear Allah and keep their duty to Him.
وجاء إخوة يوسف وجاء إخوة يوسف فدخلوا عليه فعرفهم وهم له منكرون.
And Joseph's brethren came and they entered to him, and he recognized them, but they did not recognize him.
ولما جهزهم بجهازهم قال ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ألا ترون أني أوفي الكيل وأنا خير المنزلين.
And when he had furnished them with their provisions according to their need, he said, "Bring me a brother of yours from your father." He meant Benjamin. See you not that I give full measure, and that I am the best of the hosts?
فإن لم تأتوني به فلا كيل لكم عندي ولا تقربون.
But if you do not bring him to me, there shall be no measure of corn for you with me, nor shall you come near me.
قالوا سنراود عنه أباه وإنا لفاعلون.
They said, "We shall try to get permission for him from his father, and verily we shall do it."
وقال لفتيانه جعلوا بضاعتهم في رحالهم لعلهم يعرفونها إذا انقلبوا إلى أهلهم لعلهم يرجعون.
And Joseph told his servants to put their money with which they had bought the corn into their bags, so that they might know it when they go back to their people, in order that they might come again.
فلما رجعوا إلى أبيهم قالوا يا أبانا منع منا الكيل فأرسل معنا أخانا نكتل وإنا له لحافظون.
So when they returned to their father, they said, "O our father, no more measure of grain shall we get, unless we take our brother. So send our brother with us, and we shall get our measure, and truly we will guard him."
قال هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين.
He said, "Can I entrust him to you, except as I entrusted his brother Joseph to you aforetime? But Allah is the best to guard, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy."
ولما فتحوا متاعهم وجدوا بضاعتهم ردت إليهم قالوا يا أبانا ما نبغي هذه بضاعتنا ردت إلينا ونمير أهلنا ونحفظ أخانا ونزداد كيل بعير ذلك كيل يسير.
And when they opened their bags, they found their money had been returned to them. They said, "O our father, what more can we desire? This, our money, has been returned to us, so we shall get more food for our family. And we shall guard our brother and add one more measure of a camel's load. This quantity is easy for the king to give."
قال لن أرسله معكم حتى تؤتون موثقا من الله لتأتونني به إلا أن يحاط بكم فلما آتوه موثقهم قال الله على ما نقول وكيل.
Jacob, their father, said, I will not send him with you until you swear a solemn oath to me in Allah's name that you will bring him back to me unless you are surrounded by enemies. And when they had sworn their solemn oath, he said, Allah is the witness to what we have said.
وقال يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة وما أغني عنكم من الله من شيء إن الحكم إلا لله عليه توكلت وعليه فليتوكل المتوكلون.
And he said, O my sons, do not enter by one gate, but enter by different gates. And I cannot avail you against Allah at all. Verily, the decision rests only with Allah. In him I put my trust, and let all those that trust put their trust in him.
ولما دخلوا من حيث أمرهم أبوهم ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيء إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب قضاها وإنه لذو علم لما علمناه ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
And when they entered according to their father's advice, it did not avail them in the least against the will of Allah. It was but a need of Jacob's inner self which he discharged, and verily he was endowed with knowledge because we had taught him, but most men know not.
ولما دخلوا على يوسف آوى إليه أخاه قال إني أنا أخوك فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
And when they went in before Joseph, he took his brother Benjamin to himself and said, Verily, I am your brother, so grieve not for what they used to do.
فلما جهزهم بجهازهم جعل السقاية في رحل أخيه ثم أذن مؤذن أيتها العير إنكم لسارقون.
So when he had pushed them forth with their provisions, he put the golden bowl in his brother's bag. Then a crier cried, O you in the caravan, surely you are thieves.
قالوا وأقبلوا عليهم ماذا تفقدون.
They, turning towards them, said, What is it that you have lost?
قالوا نفقد صواع الملك ولمن جاء به حمل بعير وأنا به زعيم.
They said, We have lost the golden bowl of the king, and for him who produces it is the reward of a camel load, and I will be bound by it.
قالوا تالله لقد علمتم ما جئنا لنفسد في الأرض وما كنا سارقين.
They said, By Allah, indeed you know that we came not to make mischief in the land, and we are no thieves.
قالوا فما جزاؤه إن كنتم كاذبين.
They said, what shall be the penalty of him if you are proved to be liars?
قالوا جزاؤه من وجد في رحله فهو جزاؤه كذلك نجزي الظالمين.
Joseph's brothers said, their penalty should be that they, in whose bag it is found, they should be held for the punishment of the crime. Thus we punish the wrongdoers.
فبدأ بأوعيتهم قبل وعاء أخيه ثم استخرجها من وعاء أخيه كذلك كدنا ليوسف ما كان ليأخذ أخاه في دين الملك إلا أن يشاء الله نرفع درجات من نشاء وفوق كل ذي علم عليم.
So he, Joseph, began the search in their bags before the bag of his brother. Then he brought it out of his brother's bag. Thus did we plan for Joseph. He could not take his brother by the law of the king as a slave, except that Allah willed it. So Allah made the brothers to bind themselves with their way of punishment. We raise to degrees whom we will, but over all those endowed with knowledge is the all-knowing Allah.
قالوا إن يسرق فقد سرق أخ له من قبل فأسرها يوسف في نفسه ولم يبدها لهم قال أنتم شر مكانا والله أعلم بما تصفون.
Joseph's brothers said, if he steals, there was a brother of his who did steal before him. But these things did Joseph keep in himself, revealing not the secrets to him. He said within himself, you are in worst case, and Allah is the best knower of that which you describe.
قالوا يا أيها العزيز إن له أبا شيخا كبيرا فخذ أحدنا مكانه إنا نراك من المحسنين.
They said, O ruler of the land, verily he has an old father, who will grieve for him? So take one of us in his place. Indeed, we think that you are one of the do-gooders.
قال معاذ الله أن نأخذ إلا من وجدنا متاعنا عنده إنا إذا لظالمون.
He said, Allah forbid that we should take anyone but him with whom we found our property. Indeed, if we did so, we would be the wrongdoers.
الله يجزاكم.
حفظكم الله شيخ زكريا. أسأل الله عز وجل أن يتقبل منكم وأن يبارك فيكم وما شاء الله قراءة ممتازة.
شكر الله لكم وجزاكم الله خير وبارك فيكم على هذه القراءة الماتعة وشكر الله للأخ عقيل المترجم المجاهد جزاه الله خيرا وشكر الله لأخينا بدر الدوخي من الكويت and also thank you for Tom, one who's doing good efforts for our brothers from the deaf brothers, and thanks Abdul Hakim, founder and organizer of Islam for Deaf and this program, our Power. Jazakumullah khair, and inshallah we'll see you tomorrow with another session. Tomorrow, inshallah, our reciter is going to be Ahmed Jawi, and the lecturer going to be Dr. Mas'ad al-Husseini from Qur'an faculty in Islamic University in Medina. His topic is going to be آثار الصوم في تهذيب السلوك. كيف تترجمها شيخ عقيل؟
the effects of fasting in refining character.
جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
عليكم السلام.
I guess that's the title of tomorrow's talk. The Sheikh just said that all in Arabic, didn't he? No, it was in English. Okay.
He said it in English.
Excellent. Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Okay. So everyone have a good night. Jazakumullah khair, may Allah reward you. May accept our fasting and our efforts. Thank you, Tom, Badr, Abdul Hakim. May Allah reward you all and guide us to that which He loves. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.